Before you hear another word, pause for 1 second. Ask yourself this question. What if your biggest strength becomes your biggest weakness? History is not just stories of the past. History is a mirror. And every mirror shows the truth. The most powerful people did not fall because they were weak. They fell because they believed they could never fall. Pride is silent. Pride feels powerful. Pride feels safe. But pride is the most dangerous enemy you will ever face. Today you will hear stories that changed the world. Stories that destroyed empires. Stories that ended legends. Stories that teach one lesson. Humility builds. Pride destroys. Let us begin. A young man born on a small island. No royal blood. No powerful name. No guaranteed future. This man studies war, breathes strategy, sleeps with ambition. His name becomes Napoleon. Bonaparte, against all odds, he rises. He defeats armies larger than his own. He outsmarts kings. He becomes the most feared leader in Europe. People bow when he enters a room. Nations tremble when he speaks. Victory follows him everywhere, and slowly something changes. Advice feels unnecessary. Warnings feel insulting. Different opinions feel like betrayal. Napoleon stops listening. He believes his mind is perfect. He believes his vision is unstoppable. He believes nature itself must obey him. Then comes the decision that changes history. The invasion of Russia. His generals warn him. The winter is brutal. The land is vast. Supply lines will fail. Napoleon ignores them. Why? Because pride says, I know better. The army marches. Confidence turns into confusion. Cold turns into death. Snow becomes the real enemy. Hunger becomes the real commander. Thousands fall, then tens of thousands, then hundreds of thousands. The greatest army in Europe collapses, not because of lack of courage, but because of excessive pride. Napoleon returns broken. His empire crumbles. His name fades from power. Remember this. Napoleon did not lose intelligence. He lost humility. Now listen carefully, because this lesson is not about history. This lesson is about you. How many times have you ignored advice? How many times have you refused correction? How many times has pride whispered, you already know enough? Now let us move to another name, a name that shook the world. Adolf Hitler. A man who rose from failure. A man who transformed a broken nation. A man who gained absolute power. At first he listened. At first he learned. At first he adapted. Then power changed him. He believed destiny chose him. He believed his vision was flawless. He believed disagreement was weakness. Experts warned him. Generals advised caution. Economists advised restraint. Hitler rejected all of them. He trusted ego over evidence, emotion over logic, pride over reality. The result, total destruction. Cities turned to ashes. Millions lost their lives. A nation was shattered. Not because Germany lacked strength, but because leadership lacked humility. History is clear. Arrogance creates blind spots, and blind spots create disasters. Now pause again and look at your own life. Pride does not only destroy empires. Pride destroys relationships. Pride destroys careers. Pride destroys dreams. A talented person with pride will fall faster than an average person with humility. Because learning stops when pride begins. Now, let us talk about another powerful story, the Titanic. The greatest ship ever built, a symbol of human achievement, a masterpiece of engineering. The creators proudly declared this ship is unsinkable. Warnings were sent, icebergs were reported, caution was advised. But pride laughed, pride ignored, pride accelerated. The ship moved forward at full speed. Then came the iceberg. In one night, the unsinkable sank. Thousands died, not because technology failed, but because arrogance refused to slow down. Remember this line: pride makes you speed up when you should slow down. Now let us bring this lesson closer to home. Every failure has a message. Every collapse has a reason. Most people fail silently, not because they are incapable, but because they stop listening. They stop improving. They stop adapting. They stop learning. Because pride tells them, you are already enough. Pause. Now let us introduce a motivational interview. Interviewer: what do you believe is the hidden reason behind most failures? Guest: the hidden reason is ego. People think failure comes from lack of humility. Interviewer: can pride ever be useful? Guest: confidence is useful. Pride is dangerous. Confidence says I can improve. Pride says I do not need improvement. Interviewer: what advice would you give to someone chasing success? Guest: stay teachable. The moment you stop learning, life starts teaching you lessons the hard way. Interviewer: how can someone control pride? Guest: by remembering where they started and understanding how much they still do not know. These words matter, because wisdom does not shout. Wisdom listens. Now let us continue. History is full of silent warnings, but only the humble hear them. The Roman Empire fell, not in one day, but in stages of arrogance. Leaders stopped listening to the people. Power replaced responsibility. Luxury replaced discipline. And slowly the greatest empire collapsed. The same pattern repeats, over and over, across centuries, across cultures, across industries. The lesson never changes. Success is rented, and rent is due every day. The day you stop paying with humility, success evicts you. Now think about modern times. Brilliant companies collapse. Talented celebrities disappear. Powerful leaders fall from grace. Why? Because pride isolates, and isolation creates mistakes. The higher you climb, the quieter warnings become, unless you actively seek them. Now let me tell you something important. Humility is not weakness. Humility is awareness. It means knowing you can be wrong. It means accepting correction. It means choosing growth over ego. Every great leader in history who lasted shared one habit. They listened. They surrounded themselves with truth, not with praise. Praise feels good, but truth keeps you alive. Now let us turn this message into motivation. If you are struggling today, good. It means life is teaching you. If someone corrects you, listen. It might save you years of pain. If you fail, reflect. Do not defend. Because growth begins where ego ends. The most expensive pride is not the pride of kings. It is the pride that costs your future, your potential, your destiny. Do not let pride steal tomorrow for the comfort of today. Stay hungry. Stay curious. Stay humble. Because the moment you think you know everything, life will show you how little you know. Say, let history guide you. Let humility protect you. This is not just a story. This is a warning. This is motivation. This is truth. The world does not defeat arrogant people. They defeat themselves. Choose wisdom. Choose humility. And write a future that pride can never destroy.